oldest known doorways in the world, quite possibly, complete with its lintel and all of its sides. We are here at Pisac. And I'm walking through it, finally, for the first time. This is the inside of a very ancient doorway. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So what we have, surprise, surprise, is a double jamb doorway. It doesn't have its lintels. I'm sure this doorway was at one time 7 or 8 feet tall, but it is here, looking out in a defensive measure towards the Andes Mountains. This one has a nub inside on the back stone. I wonder if they, why would that be there? Okay, I'm mystified. But look at the grain in this stone. This is one of the oldest 2 entranceways in the world. Well, we're here at Chinchero. I'm trying to figure out where the waka is that you can walk through. The waka-through waka. Well, this was kind of what I was looking forward to seeing, is the waka that has been cut and carved. Wow, okay, this is bizarre. Why would, one commonality though, when you see carvings like this, even we saw this at Kenko, is that it's got a slight curve. It curves upward like this, just to the height of a man. If there was a crack in the rock, they cut a slight curve out of it. And here it is again, the shelf and then the curve. I think it's just the style. If it were because of the shape of the tool, well, that would be really weird. As it is, we don't know what the tool is. So flat.
Yeah.
And yet tilted. Did the rock move? What moved?
What's tilted?
Well, it's got a tilt to it.
Yeah, a little bit maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a very spiritual place. In a minute we'll see why. that incredible or what? Corners and the perfection here is just, how is that possible with bronze and steel tools? What do you think, Judy?
You can see the grain in it, huh?
And you can still see the grain in the stone, but this was somehow carved out of the stone with perfection.
What I would like is for you.
Yeah, but we've been traveling for a while.
Oh, and there's more. There are some little places where people have built and stayed. Inca work over here. Our guide has been fantastic. Mario is just amazing. We're gonna go take a bath in a hot spring up above Aguas Caliente. That is Aguas Caliente right there. And no, that is not Machu Picchu. All the mountains around here seem to look like that. A lot of granite carvings. Guess this is the way that local artists do their contributions. Sihuarcuente picaflor. Sihuarcuente is the hummingbird. Oh, it's a bit of a walk. It's like a rainforest here. Big difference between here and Ollantaytambo and everything upstream. We're so much lower in altitude. And I do believe a good bit of the rainforests get trapped here. So it rains more often. And it shows. And there it is. All right, we made it through the lines for Circuit 1 and 2. And this is the entrance, and this is going to be the first view. Finally here at Machu Picchu. Wow, is this place really well kept or what? I'd heard that everything had been deeply and greatly improved. It looks like you could skateboard here. Yep. And it begins. And there it is. There are two lintels here, both of them original, both of them without any kind of carving. Let's just take a nice look at this. And on this side, this is clearly megalithic. Now, there's this little oddity where a hand or something fits in, but there is no evidence of hinges. So this looks like it was cut out. This looks like it's original. But what is it used for? And then on this side, you can see this lintel is also. Now this piece of, what would that have been used for? It looks like a stone with a hole in it. What kind of a doorway would the Inca have put onto this particular primary gate? Here we are at the megalithic core, well, the marketplace of Machu Picchu. I've seen so many pictures of this. It's so nice to finally be here. Wow. Sacred Marketplace. It's got so many different names. I didn't really study the brochure, but this is considered the center of everything, and it's only part of Circuit 2. The room of the 3 windows. 3 windows, 2 niches. The stonework is incredible. These 2 buildings have the same style. And something large used to go straight across, and they built the roof on top of it. And then this incredible structure. It's fantastic to finally be here. No. The Inti Huatana, the hitching post of the sun. And you can see why out here in the top center of all of this. Very beautiful. Do you see the people on top of Wanatan up here? See the people up there? They've already made it to the top. Wow, what a beautiful day. Right now what's interesting, as it's July, that shadow doesn't quite line up with this. There are angles on this stone that people theorize over and over again align with the summer and winter solstices. Shadows that otherwise aren't there or are there, depending on which end of the solstice you're on. Today, well, we don't have any alignment with any shadows, but very nice. Amazing that you can hear those rapids from all the way up here. Well, we're now in the courtyard at the very end of everything. We have walked our way through, followed our way through, been pushed our way through. No vamonos, none of that stuff, but it's, you gotta kind of keep moving. And here we are at the Sacred Rock. I think it's supposed to line up somewhere around there. They've done a really good job of making this place as trip-proof as possible. I'm starting to get a little bit too much sun, so I put my hat on. And now we got to start heading back. It'd be nice if we could go through that again. The place is just so beautiful. And we have picked such a gorgeous day for it. It's absolutely stunning. The hydroelectric plant is definitely down there someplace. The power lines stretch out and over the mountains in the direction of Cusco and Lima from here. So this is stunning.
Si habrá otro tiempo.
What is this thing? Does this thing have a name?
This is some beautiful stonework, definitely megalithic. You can see the trapezoidal shape, the slight incline as the stonework moves inward on both of these door frames, and yet it stops. And the rest of it is built by the Inca. Now notice these stairs. These stairs are megalithic. It tells you something about the size of the builders. And there's our stone over there. I wish we could get in there to take a look at this. It's a beautiful area, beautiful stonework, and we can't get to it. So there was once a fantastic doorway here, and they just dropped a couple extra stones on the top. So this is the pool of mirrors in a beautiful, beautiful stoneworked enclosure. I don't know what these do. I believe there's a water pressure that's coming up from underneath that keeps them full. And it still works. I'm not sure. I think if we hung around here for 2 hours, we'd see somebody come in and fill it every 2 hours. But isn't it strange that there are, 7 windows here? And, well, 7 niches, and one of them is a window. I'm just going to get some zoom in footage of this area down here. There's 2 sets of stairs. One that goes, oh my god, the stone down there is carved. Wow, I wonder if I'll be able to see it any better in right there. It seems to have steps or something carved into it. But anyways, beyond that, there's a stairway that goes up this little alleyway, and you can see it there, where nobody's allowed down there. This stairway goes clear up. That is a long stairway that climbs right up the middle of Machu Picchu. Nobody goes there anymore. And then over here is another stairway that goes down starting about there. Down, down, down. It's all, the grass is all grown over it to the wall itself. This little area here, I just wanted to kind of look into it, so maybe I can look at it later. It's completely unreconstructed and out of reach. And on this other side, the terraces have been built around all the rocks. And at the very bottom is a pile of rubble. Inside the wall, they actually built the wall around the rubble as if the rubble was of value. The Temple of the Condor was in there somewhere, and we were not allowed to go to it. Right about there. Machu Picchu, incredible. Well, it's time to pack up and leave Aguas Caliente. This is what things look like this morning. Can't quite see Manco Capac Square from here, but it's right there. It's just there's so many other shanty houses in the way. I'm just gonna do little snippets here and there.
My side would be better though. Wow, cuatro.
4 of us,
Somos
huh?
cuatro. Yeah, right here.
Right.
That's it.
Boy, these things can park
oh my
on a dime.
God. Muchas gracias.
Perfecto. All right. Thank you.
What's that called? Almondinite or whatever?
Almondine or almondinite or something. This is a closer look in 4K. This is as close as we can get. We're not allowed to climb up. No subir.
Let's just stand in front of it and I'll take a picture.
I did not realize that there was a perfect block. I mean, we've seen these blocks all over town. We've seen doorways that don't have lintels. Doorways that were built by the Inca. I'll get away from the water. Built by the Inca 500 years ago. But look, right up there, there's a perfect block. Did somebody put that there in 1950, 1920, 1860? Or just, has that been sitting there for Lord knows what? There's so many questions here. It's amazing. Look at this stonework. Now that, I think, is sitting in its original location. And the reason why is because of the way that these stones fit together. These stones are in their original locations. And when you look at the bottom of this, it looks like this bottom stone, which is actually 7 feet long, 6 feet long, was soft when this stone was put on top of it. So if all of these are going to be knocked over, scattered, destroyed, why wasn't this corner knocked over, scattered, destroyed? I dare say this is not the work of the Inca. These stones were not made by the Inca. They were semi-softened, put into place, and allowed to cool, harden, dry in their locations. Oh God, yes it is. The question is, where did it come from? Why does it have knobs on two sides? It's red. It's redder than... Oops, sorry. I just scooped one by. Oh, hello. Does that look as red as... I take my sunglasses off and it's... Where did this stone come from? Wow. Where did that beauty come from? Mm-hmm.
He's asking you one question.
Hey, bonita.
Hey.
That is fantastico.
Sí. Esto. Así piquito.
And then we'll be able to see some of the fun that they had here at the Temple of Sun, and it is happening right now. So let's take a look as you see the shadows falling on the Temple of the Sun, and the sun starts to slice through. Look at these shadows. So the clear pattern, I'm going to back up and just enjoy this moment for a moment. The beautiful six-stoned Temple of the Sun here at Ollantaytambo, July 19th, 2022. Look at that. I am honored to be here. At the Parwa guest house. Beautiful little Airbnb. Time for some breakfast. Here we are looking over Ollantaytambo from the southeast corner We were thinking about climbing up to the granary, and well, nah, we're gonna just enjoy the view for a little while, looking down onto this beautiful little town and onto Ollantaytambo itself, and then we're gonna go have ourselves a couple of cervezas and lunch. It's such a nice outcropping. It's such a nice rock right here looking out over town. You really get a nice feel for the Plaza de Armas, and then one Patacalle, and then the second row, third row, and the fourth row, which goes all the way up the other corner. It's a nice little grid system. Very well lit at night. Beautiful town.